Okay, so we're here at the Bulgarian border, Serbian-Bulgarian border, and we had to get one of these bad boys, an e-vignette. No, it is not a platform for short videos wasting people's time. It is an opportunity for us to register our car for road tax.
This is the first time that we've had any action at a border, so we're in between. We've been stamped out of Serbia, and we're trying to get into Bulgaria, so technically we have no home. No. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but this is taking a while. We've been here for, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, though. We'll see what happens.
Hello, good afternoon. We just got through another border crossing, Serbia through into Bulgaria. So not that complicated, just took time. There was big lines, people crossing over and doing all sorts of stuff. In order to cross into Bulgaria, we needed to get a vignette, which is basically road tax for our car. That cost us €10. There's kiosks all around the place as you go to the crossing, if you want to do it that way. But if you were to purchase it online, about €7.60, so a bit cheaper online. I'd save a bit of coin. Got through, customs was breezy, the passport check was breezy. The traffic going the other way is hectic. There's trucks everywhere, there's cars squeezing between trucks and our traffic going the other way. We just seem to be on the right side of the traffic every time.
Oh, why would you say that? We've still got so many border crossings to go through. There was a customs stopping, so that's the first time that we've experienced that.
Yeah.
Just as some extra information. I'm so fucking hungry because that took so long, and I was totally chill about it, and now I want to murder someone.
And I'm the only person available.
Здравейте, good morning. We're here in Sofia in Bulgaria, and I'm like the videos so far in our European adventure, I've got nothing. You're going to get a break from me pontificating about European history. Because all we really know about Bulgaria is that they used to be part of the Soviet Union and now they're part of the EU. And other than that, I got donuts. So Twy is taking the lead today and going to give you the hot tips, the fun facts. We call him Twy because of Twyla from Schitt's Creek. Watch that show.
So we're at the Church St. George Rotunda here. But the interesting thing about the ruins here is that there are just so many. And when they're excavating for a new building site in Sofia, they'll often come across archaeological finds. And then they sort of just have to decide whether they're going to keep them and register them, or whether they're just going to go ahead and just build on them and knock them down. So it's just a sign that these Roman ruins are just absolutely packed into this city.
Like, one of the cool things about Europe and European cities is that it's, you know, this like architectural lasagna, just like layers on layers, except the bottom layers are forgotten. Like the whole ancient cities and, like, you know, the remnants of life from thousands of years ago in place. Yeah. Replaced, rather.
Just walking around the outside of the rotunda because we can't get in since it's still a practicing Christian church. Doors are closed for service.
When did you say, what century did you say this was?
4 AD.
What is it that we value? Like 4 AD is incredible. Let me do some quick math. Like 1600 years. So yeah, we're looking at this building that's 1600 years old. I just don't think that we have the same like reverence for cultures of people like Indigenous Australians that have been on the land for 60,000 years. It's like we only value things that are tangible. Yeah. And it is like viewed as an accomplishment. So look at this church that we built. Yeah. Look at this structure. It's not enough for people to have just existed and lived. And it, like, you know, we go and see Uluru in Australia, but again, we needed to climb it in order for us to have that experience. It wasn't enough to just, it's not enough to just go there. It's not enough to see, to understand. We have to go in, we have to touch. And then it needs to be a structure, it needs to be an accomplishment. Yeah. For us to recognise and find value and significance in cultures. Worth, yeah, to give it worth. I don't know, just some musings.
I learnt that there's some statues and stuff.
Yeah.
Archaeology.
There's been people in what we know to be Bulgaria for millions of years. Preolithic, Neolithic, Copper and Bronze Age.
There's
then the Greeks came through.
Well.
Yeah, Stone Age. Then the Greeks came through. The Romans came through.
Yeah.
So she old.
There's a lot in there. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like lacking in contextual information. Just lots of like but really good artifacts and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it just makes me think about like the fact that it's human instinct to document yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and then it makes me think, you
of
know,
us.
yeah. But in modern culture, how we admonish the vanity of mankind for wanting to document our every move. But where like ancient societies did this in stone and metals and paints, we do it with videos and photos. So are we really vain pricks, or are we just fulfilling what is in our like natural, like in our DNA, what we've been doing for thousands of years, but we're just doing it in a modern way. We're just fulfilling that natural human instinct. Would you get a look at this guy? Sir Samuel. I thought I'd perfected the art of a glare in my capacity as a teacher over the last 12 years, but this guy's got it fucking sorted. I didn't do it, sir. I didn't.
So we're here at the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral in Sofia. To actually take footage inside, you need to pay 10 lev, which is about €5. Which we don't want to do. Well, I certainly don't. And what a time to provide my political opinion. I just don't really like the idea of putting money in the hands of churches for all the wrong that they have done throughout history, just in order to take a photo. It's a beautiful, beautiful place and worth visiting from an archaeological perspective, from an architectural perspective. Just my thoughts, my opinions. We're here at the Ivan Vazov National Theatre, the biggest theatre in Bulgaria. It is called the Ivan Vazov Theatre because of Ivan Vazov, the first playwright to get a play made, produced in this theatre, The Outcasts. Built in 1909, it was one of the things that Ferdinand I signed off on and opened up back in the day, prior to World War I. Took some rebuilding as well through World War II. Obviously, there was a bit of bomb damage and things going through Europe, and this was unfortunately one of the buildings that got hit.
Well, hello there, shorty little minx. Excuse me while I objectify you my female gaze. Oh, do you want the honour?
There's a chanting male gang. There is eerie quiet in the city this Sunday, and there is police all out the city, and we just thought that it was just a natural state of play, but perhaps something's going on. Youths in sweaters and blue. Maybe it's a sports thing, because they're all in a vibrant blue and black.
Yeah, they're drinking beers, having a good time.
Oh my god, there was a guy holding an umbrella and I thought it was a gun! What is it? Sofia? Yeah. Natural Arts Club. No. Yeah. So just left the museum and I'm trying to piece together the history of Bulgaria based on what we've read and then me trying to fill in some gaps. So just bear with. But essentially, the Ottoman Empire was in control for like 500 years, from 1300s until the late 1800s, where then Russia came in and fought in wars of independence with Bulgarian rebels to kick out the Ottomans. And then in the late 1800s, when like the monarchy mindset regime was beginning to fail, you know, France had kicked out their monarchy 100 years earlier. They established a monarchy here. They're like, oh, let's have some kings because that's how European countries roll. Whereas having a kingdom is something that's inherited over hundreds and hundreds of years, ordained by God, whatever. They're just like, let's have a monarchy. And so at the end of the 1880s, they instill a monarchy, but the first king is German. Then he abdicates. He's like, this is actually just too busy. There's too much to handle. Then the second king, that was Alexander. The second king, Ferdinand I, comes in, and he is Austrian, or he grew up in Austria, but then he creates this like rejuvenation of Sofia, the capital, and Bulgaria. They enter the First World War. They fight on the side of Austria and Germany after they were firstly neutral. And then at the end of the First World War, when the Austrian-Hungarian Empire falls apart, the Bulgarian monarchy is left. So the Austrian monarchy, they're like, nah, you've done too much, Habsburgs. But the Bulgarians are left to themselves to still have this monarchy. And they continue to rebuild this like very European city and thrive. And then the third Tsar, and that's what it's a king, but the third Boris, the third king of Bulgaria, calls himself a Tsar, which is a Russian expression. Mm-hmm. I don't know Bulgarian, so maybe it's Bulgarian. And then they go into World War II, and again they're neutral. And then in World War II, when they do enter the war, it's on the side again of the Germans and the Italians. They declare war on Britain and the US, but they refuse to declare war on Russia, the Soviet Union at this time. Russia, who liberated then from the Ottomans, they're like, no, we don't want to declare war on them. And then the Red Army come in at like the end of 1944, and they're like, oh, Big Brother's here. Oh shit, they know that we've been in bed with the Germans. So they turn in a day. The Red Army arrives, and the next day they declare war on Germany. So they switch sides. And at the end of the Second World War, the three, generations of the kings disintegrates. It becomes an independent republic under the Soviet Union, and then it comes a part of the Eastern Bloc. And then it's liberated in 1990s at the end. Weird, man. Europe.
Weird history.
We're here at the synagogue in Sofia. Now it's interesting for a couple of reasons. One of those reasons is that it is the biggest in the southeastern Europe region of all synagogues. And then as far as Europe goes, it's the third biggest. It's sometimes known as the little sister, little brother, little sibling of the one in Budapest. The reason we came here at all, to be honest, is because of Tsar Boris III. He was the monarch in charge of Sofia, in charge of Bulgaria at the time of World War II. And they aligned themselves to the Germans. And what that meant was they got ordered to send all Jewish people over to the concentration camps around Europe. There were 50,000 Jewish people here in Bulgaria at the time of World War II, 80% of which lived here in Sofia. Now, Boris could have complied with what was going on, but decided not to, and delayed the departure time of those getting sent to the concentration camps. He played cat and mouse with Hitler and his cronies for quite a period of time to ensure that the Jewish people didn't get sent to these concentration camps, making up stories along the lines of we need them to build our railway infrastructure, we need them for this, we need them for that. He was actually able to deport several Jewish people to free Palestine as well to ensure their safety. And then come the end of World War II, the Jewish population in Bulgaria was largely unaffected and suffered much, much less in terms of what the Jewish population around Europe did due to the atrocities of the Nazi Party in Germany. So we're eating horse meat here in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Of course. So you're having it in a salami style.
Beef jerky style.
What's it called?
Sujuk. Quite deer-like. That's delicious.
Tastes like all cured meats. But a bit more gamey. That's my horse quota. Filled. Experienced. Are you Snapchatting everyone that you know about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it for another week. We hope you enjoyed your time in Sofia with us. We'll see you next week as we explore the south of North Macedonia. Until then, make sure to like, subscribe, say hello to us in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Sailing. I need to go to the loo. Can't imagine why.